right, SledSend listeners, welcome back to the next episode of the SledSend podcast. We appreciate you guys being here, as always, regardless of what platform you are on. And be sure to check out the description below. There's a ton of links in there with a ton of discount codes from a bunch of our sponsors. So utilize those. That helps us a ton and save some money on your builds this season. So another thing that's also in there as well is the link to fill out an application to apply to become a team rider for the SledSend Brotherhood. So if you're interested in that, you've been seeing some stuff, talking to some people, hearing some things, fill out that application. And if you're a good fit, then we'll schedule a call. The other thing also, I believe it's the very first link is to sledsend.com. That's where we have all of our merch, and something that's going on right now is the Backwoods giveaway retreat. So if you haven't seen that on Instagram, for every $5 that you spend on some SledSend merch, it gets you 2 entries to be able to get a chance to win, to go to the Backwoods giveaway retreat. We're picking 6 winners from that, so the odds are pretty decent. And you can also get entered into that for totally free, right? So just go to the SledSend Instagram and look at the pinned post and read the description, and it'll tell you guys how to get entered there as well. So, but regardless, we appreciate your guys' support, whether you're using the discount codes, copping some merch, applying to be a team rider, or simply just being here and listening and watching. So we appreciate you guys being here. So to kick off this episode, we've got returning again. We've got Shay, we've got Jose, and we've got Jeff. In this episode, we are going to turn our attention straight out of the gate to our weather nerd. Where is the snow
on this one,
Shay? Where's the snow?
That's a great question. I'm still looking for it too.
We rely on you for the weather. What's going on?
Unless you're Canadian, I don't think you're going to be snowmobiling right now.
Or Alaskan.
Yeah, or Alaska maybe. They got, what was it? They got a couple feet not too long ago.
They got
damn.
Yeah, Colorado just got hit with a little bit of snow. I think parts of Washington have gotten hit with snow, but other than that, not really anything.
I was on the phone with Hustis today, and so this episode's not coming out for 2 weeks from today. But he said that per the time that we're recording this, that next week,
yeah, it is supposed to
looking pretty good.
Yep,
over there.
There, I think Eastern Idaho too. Is supposed to be getting some here pretty quick by, I think it was December 1st or December 5th. Like within a week time span, they're supposed to get quite a bit. So we'll see. Everything that I've looked at, like locally, is not looking too hot, boys.
Yeah, and everything I see on TikTok says it's supposed to be above average for this year.
Yeah, we'll see.
But
we'll
it
see
looks
how
like
goes.
The boys in Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin should be pretty good, and then especially on the East Coast.
Yeah, a little change of pace for them.
Mm-hmm.
Get their winters back.
Who's already rode that are team riders?
Titans are
Tristan,
Titan, Tristan,
the Smiths,
the Smiths,
the T Smiths,
T Smiths, yeah,
the 2 T Smiths.
Hey, that's crazy.
Yeah, there's 3 of them now.
3 T Smiths.
Titan's got the coolest name though. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's a badass name.
Yeah. Who else has ridden?
I feel like there's someone out of Canada.
Well,
No,
Tristan.
That'd be Tristan.
I think Josh has been out.
There was someone else in Washington.
Steven.
Oh, yeah,
was
because Steven
Steven
has
out?
Titan.
Oh, yeah.
If he's
Yeah, because they saw each other.
Yeah.
They Titan wasn't a team rider yet, so they didn't know each other.
That was the first.
That
was the first place I've ever met. Actually, I didn't meet him. I don't think that day. Someone was wearing a SledSend something, I think, in that parking lot, and I went up and talked to him. But Titan was there that day. I think that was his first ride last year too. Same spot. Good for early season.
I think there's been a few. I'm pretty good at keeping track on things with the team riders. But
I feel like there's been like
not
4.
one of them.
I don't think it's been a lot.
And at this point, there's over like 50 team riders.
Yeah.
I can't quite.
Now
I
it's
can't
getting
quite
hard.
prioritize keeping track of who's riding or not.
Yeah, it's
I
tough now.
prioritize other things, but yeah, there's been a handful.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, I don't think. But
Hopefully,
what
when this comes
Titan and
out.
Steven were in was pretty good.
Yeah, I think I would have to.
Did that all melt off?
I'd have to hedge against the fact that was an all day, like that riding was all day. I think that was
I don't know.
find it, and it was pretty good right there, which is good. I mean, that's kind of what you got to deal
This
with.
time of year.
Jeez, there we go. Yeah, this time of year, for sure. hopefully when this episode comes out, though, we'll be ready to go. We'll see. Hope so.
Yeah. I wonder how that's going to play a factor on like snowpack and potential Abby.
Yeah, I think that's going to be good. I feel like we always get. I think it'll be good that we don't have like this crazy early season snow, because I feel like we've seen that in the past where we get really good snow early to mid-November, and then all of a sudden it's dead until middle of December, and then we get that nasty crust under there, and then it's just that persistent weak layer that does not go away.
Well, we were faced with that last year.
Yeah, I feel like we've been faced with that in multiple years, like year over year. So yeah, while it is a bummer that we don't have snow yet to ride, I feel like there's a perspective to it that's, hey, it's probably good.
Could be better long term for the year.
Definitely. But I would say within the next couple of weeks, if we don't start getting snow, I'm going to start worrying a little bit, for sure.
Yeah. So I know that on the last episode, we kind of covered some inconveniences and stuff. Mm-hmm. But so outside of what you already discussed, which I don't, any stories or inconveniences or bad incidents pertaining to early season riding that come to mind that we didn't talk about on the last episode? I don't want to repeat ourselves.
Shoot, I don't know, actually. I feel like I've been pretty lucky early season.
I've definitely caught some A-arms.
Yeah, I've rolled good on that roulette table. Yeah, I don't really think that there's been anything too crazy. I mean, there's been a couple times where, like, again, preventative maintenance kind of, sled off the deck and going up the road, and then all of a sudden you're running on one cylinder. It's because your spark plug is just toast. I'd be like, that's a pretty easy fix, though. But past that, I haven't had any crazy damage early season.
Either you? Anything come to mind?
You guys all get out. You guys have all gotten out earlier than me, like every year, I think.
Yeah.
So no, not me.
Well, talking about all of this like early season stuff and the reality of kind of where we're at right now and being faced with, I think this is a good opportunity to transition into.
Why do you keep looking at me?
Your sled build.
Oh, well, there we go.
Do you want to give all the breakdown of colors and?
Yeah. I mean, we can.
Parts and pieces.
We can. I mean, it's the same colors that I have on my axis, essentially. Just kind of flip-flopped, played with a little different finish.
It looks
on the
good.
wrap.
But for anybody that's new new to listening and hasn't heard previous episodes,
so
from the top of what your sled even is.
So I got a 22 Chaos Boost that I bought in August, 155. So this is gonna be not my first year on a 155, but my very first year riding, I was on a 155, but it was a pro, RMK, pro chassis RMK. So yeah, it'll be my first year on a boost, first full year on a boost, 155 Chaos. Starting from the handlebars down, got handlebars, working with RSI this year.
Got a really nice set of handlebars.
Yeah, those weren't even the bars that I originally ordered, dude. There was a whole story behind them. So originally I had ordered, I'll give you colors because this isn't the colorway that I ended up going up with for my bars anyways. But originally I ordered white bars with blue pad, blue grips, and submitted the order. I got an email like 2 days later. Hey, white bars are going to be out of stock till like December. Do you have any other options? So I get on the website. Well, the bars that I have now were on there. And I was like, ooh, how about these with this grip and this bar pad? And they were like, yep, we can do that. Give us a couple weeks. So then the couple weeks went by, and then I get another email. Hey, actually, your white bars are in stock now.
Gotcha.
The ones that you want to get now are going to be out till like the end of October. And I was like, I'm kind of dead set on the ones that I have. I'm like, I'm ready for those. So let's just stick with those. I'll wait till the end of October. So I probably ordered them. It's pretty close to the end of August, like a week or two after I bought my sled, maybe the beginning of September. And I didn't get them till a couple of weeks ago, but worth it. 100% worth it.
Yeah, we're sexy.
T Smith came over and Shay came over for a little bit last weekend and got the bars and everything, got the whole sled built, really. But bars, RSI bars. This year I went with the 1.25 risers, which is their shorties. Mm-hmm. just to see what it was like. My Axis has 2-inch risers, and I like those, so went with 1 1/4 inch and see what they feel like. I'm sure it's gonna feel great. I'm probably not good enough to tell the difference in 3/4 of an inch, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, so bars, and then from there we get into the wrap. Wrap has a mixture of gray, blue, black, and white. Kind of matches my Axis and my deck. My deck is wrapped too.
And your favorite
same
baseball
color.
team.
And and my
shout out Arctic FX for the signature SledSend
SledSend wrap.
design.
SledSend design. Yeah, it looks really good. Shout out Arctic FX for the finish on that wrap too, because put it on and
Goodness.
it's nice.
She gonna look good in the sun.
It's gonna look
You guys want to know
really
something funny?
Always.
Here we go.
Remember what we talked about in the gym?
What?
When you're talking about ordering your bumpers, you're like, man, I've spent a lot of money. And I'm like, how much are bumpers? And you told me. I'm like, how much was that finish you added to that wrap? I'm like, you can justify that flake over protecting your sled. Then he ordered his bumpers.
Absolutely. Yeah. You convinced me. Then I got bumpers. Yeah. So wrap from Arctic FX with a nice, pretty finish. Got the companies that I'm working with this year on the side. Most of them are on the fuel tank. All of them are on the fuel tank, except for SledSend. It's up on the side panel, like always. And then from there we go down. Bumpers I ordered backwards BMP.
Necessity.
Yeah, I gotta have them.
Almost wasn't, apparently.
Yeah, gotta have them.
I took your spindles off your.
Yep, I took
Axis.
the spindles off my Axis. They're high rise spindles. Took those and put them on the boost. Past the bumpers, it's got a Diamond S can on it, titanium can
With a cooker.
Making some food on the hill. And then we get down into what might be probably the most important mod that I did on that sled, and it's suspension. Working with suspension pros this year. Didn't really have an idea of what I was going to get into. I took my shocks off and I texted Evan and I was like, yo, dude, I'm putting my shocks in a box and I'm going to send them to you. He was like, okay, cool. What do you want your sled to do? And I told him, I said, I want this thing to want to jump over the top of me backwards going up something. But I would also like to be able to pop off something if I decide to get into jumping and not bottom my skid out. And he goes, all right, cool. He goes, yep, we'll take care of it. So I sent my shocks off, got the full Saxton package, came back with beefier springs, got it valved and set preload set to my riding weight and everything. So yeah, I got my rails powder coated so they're not raw. Yeah, that's about it on the build. Didn't get too crazy with it, but
What about your seat?
oh yep, Seco seat cover. Shout out Seco. It actually, dude, it turned out better than I was expecting. Like I kind of, well, as far as like putting it on, but like the flow of everything, right? Like where the SledSend pattern comes up to the seat, it's the same color on the side of the seat,
nice.
and
That's
then
dope.
it transitions back into the color that's on the front of the seat. So like I 100% didn't look at it, but like it works out perfect. Yeah.
Happy accident.
Yeah.
Like you.
Yeah. Shout out mom and dad.
The zinger.
Shout out mom and dad. Yeah, dude. So that's about the extent of the build this year. But I'm pretty stoked on it.
I'm excited for you, dude. How many days did you spend on a boost last year? Like I don't know if you had full days, but at least how many times did you jump on a boost last year?
I had. Well, the first day.
At least 2.
Yeah, the first day was
was
when we
his.
went.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, 2 on your sleds,
Mm-hmm.
and then
You rode both
One
of
on
his
mine.
sleds, didn't you?
Yeah, I rode both of his sleds.
You had 3 full days.
3 full days, and then on top of that, just kind of jumping on Jeff's for a little bit
Here and there.
once in
Yeah.
a while. Yeah. I rode your sled just the one day in Catherine Creek.
Yeah.
when you didn't go with us. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So,
So
is there a statement that you can come up with that alludes to this build reveal video that you and Jeff have in the pipeline without giving it away? Because I have one, but
well, what's your statement? I'll go for
my statement is that I can guarantee you, if you don't like this, we can cut it out.
Yeah.
But I can guarantee you that nobody in the sledding industry has ever seen a build video, a snowmobile build reveal video, like what the two of you are about to create.
Yeah.
Well, now we have to do it.
Yeah.
Like I will.
I'm glad you said that.
I said it.
Oh yeah, dude.
It was there. It was loaded a little bit, right?
Yeah.
That's a statement that I would make. So I don't know if you can come up with something.
The higher the socks, the downer the fool.
downer
That's
the
the way I describe it.
Yeah, dude.
That's a statement right there. I think that's good.
That's got to be the caption.
No, that's pretty good, dude. I don't think I haven't seen a reveal video quite like. And again, this is all just an idea. Hopefully it does come to fruition. He called me about it and was like, yo, dude, he goes, I got this idea for your reveal video. And then
He was
told
trying
me-
to do it in my garage. I'm like, bro.
Well, because that's all the reveal videos we see, right?
Yeah.
It's like you're in a shop, it's dark, like lights from behind, silhouette type deal. Like, don't get me wrong, it's cool, right? Sick videos.
Something.
Well, we've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've seen it, right? But dude, I'm a follower, dude. So I want to do that. I have a boost now too. Why can't I do a cool video like that, right? Well, then he was like, dude, let's not do that. He goes, let's do this. So he pitches me his idea. I was like, dude, that's actually pretty sick. Well, then the wheels start turning, right? And we have.
When do I give you a bad idea?
That's a good point. That's fact.
Usually the bad ideas come from him.
Right. If I could get paid for ideas, I'd have a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because I can come with.
Start a consulting business.
Yeah.
Do what Gingy does.
So what's she do?
Consults businesses
Oh.
on marketing.
So then the wheels start turning, right? And we have a theme. He pitched me a theme, right? Kind of feeding into my ethnical background and where I come from, where I grew up and stuff. And so the wheels start turning, and
Don't tell the idea.
I'm not gonna.
You're really
I'm
just
not
like,
gonna. And I called him
He's
back.
painting a good picture to
I call him
create
back.
curiosity.
I call him back and I tell him camera overheated or battery.
yeah.
God. And he was like, dude, that's actually pretty sick. Well, then I called you and I told you about it. And then you just start spitballing stuff. And I'm like, oh, dude, yeah, we'll do this. We'll do that too. And so it's going to be, hopefully, if we can make it happen. Right after me and you got off the phone, he called me back and he goes, well, don't start hitting anybody up yet. Like, let's talk about this some more. So I'm glad you said it on here.
Against an out for him to not have to do it.
Yeah. So
It's not wrong.
I'm glad you said it on here because now, let's send listeners. If I don't put out a reveal video, it's Jeff's fault.
Keep in mind, he has the power to edit out that whole thing,
Correct.
and the listeners of yours know nothing of it.
That's true.
But I
Your ass is toast.
I'm
brother.
really excited for you to be on a boost. I'm really excited for
Absolutely.
your taste when it comes to the build, right? And how you pieced everything together, coordinating everything. You and I were talking about that when we were putting on your wrap.
Yeah.
And so I think this is a pretty good transition into the last topic before we end this call.
I completely forgot. Probably
You're totally on Team Rider mode right now. This call.
probably
Before we end this call.
That's the next topic.
uh,
Just go ahead.
I caught it.
I completely forgot. I got a headlight delete from Frank.
Dude, how could you leave?
Oh, brother.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, dude,
We're
the most
clipping this and
personal,
sending it to him.
the most personal, the most
You're gonna have to
personal
send
part
it-
that I
you're
put
gonna
on
have
my
to send it
sled.
back now.
Yeah, dude.
You have a
The most
finger
personal
throttle,
part
too.
on that sled is a Carbon Pursuit headlight delete, the vented.
They look so sexy.
Oh, it looks clean, dude.
Yeah.
No, what I was saying is you said before we end this call.
Yeah, a perfect transition to our last topic that I want to talk about before we end the call, which is not a call because it's a podcast.
Correct.
That's
Yeah,
what I said.
There it is.
You walked him right into that one.
All right, but the transition that I'm thinking of here, Jose, is like that entire concept of this video is a really cool idea. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it'll be really cool to put out there. But I think to generalize the concept of where your head's at with this video that you want to create is you are going to differentiate yourself,
Mm-hmm.
which is a main topic of conversation that we had on the Team Rider call last night
Yeah,
with special guest Chris Burandt.
dude, that call was killer.
Yeah, that was a good call.
It was a great call.
Very much
Yeah.
enjoyable.
That was the best call
That was a really good one.
that I've been on.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a really sweet call.
I didn't know how good of a speaker he was.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Well, I mean, he's on camera all the time, so.
Yeah.
But that was more like.
There's a lot of people that are on camera all the time, though, but not like on a call with 50 people. Like,
Yeah.
literally having an answer to every question, and then he would stop, and then he would actually say, "Oh, and." Like, he did that a lot. He elaborated even more off of their questions.
Yeah. Well, and speaking to the differentiating yourself, that was a topic that one of the team riders asked that got Chris on that. I think it might have been.
It was Titan.
It was Titan.
Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Titan, and then
There's a couple guys.
Titan, and then Eric followed up with something similar to it. But anyways, it was kind of the idea of like, you've got people doing X thing in the industry. How do you set yourself apart?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so Chris shared a ton of really good insight on how to do that I think like struck a tone with a lot of the guys on the call, not just the dudes that asked the question. But something that I thought of when Chris was talking about this, and then some of the other team riders were asking questions about it, is, I gotta think of how I want to say this, is, people look at what Chris Burandt has done. People look at what Kosterky's doing, what these big names are doing, right? And sometimes that can hold individuals back from taking action because they may feel like, I'm never going to ride like Kosterky or whatever. And so people are asking like, man, how can I differentiate myself? How can I do something different? Which is good. And it provided a lot of really good information. But the first thing I thought of is everybody is like asking questions on how they can differentiate themselves, when the reality of it is that they already have the answer on how to do that. And that is you. There is not another Jose in the industry. There is not another Shay in the industry.
Hope not.
There's not. There is not.
There's not enough room
another
for two Shays.
G Smith, another Jeff.
Yeah.
Right. And so, and I apply this to like what we do with SledSend and the team rider program and the podcast and all this stuff. Like, I don't ride like Kosterky, but look at how we have differentiated ourselves from anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it literally started in the office. He was like, hey, you should do a podcast. I was like, all right, well, I'll call Tomcat and Hofbauer and grab some beers and now we're here.
Yep.
Right. Like, it was something that Jeff and I had the power because that's just who we just did what we knew what to do.
Just idea generator,
Just
That's what I do. Lots of free. If you need ideas, just ask me. I'll give them out.
So I relate that back to the concept of your video is you, right? Like, who else has that? And I'm speaking of like what you're actually.
There's literally
doing.
nobody's ever done this video.
No,
It's gonna be sick.
But
what you're actually doing in the video without relaying what is happening there. Like, nobody else could do that. Right. Like, that came from you, and it's going to differentiate yourself from any other sled video that's any of us have ever seen.
Chris said something last night on the call. He said that the snowmobiling industry's always been riding the coattail of like the dirt bike industry. And that's where I pulled this idea from, because I've seen a similar vibe, obviously, but that's.
Well, that's a good and a bad thing, right? Like, the sledding industry is so small and yet so far behind on a lot of things. At the forefront of things on the other side, but also generally speaking in a lot of different terms, like super, super far behind. Like, I won't discuss too much further, but the software that I'm working on.
Yeah.
All the other industries are doing that.
Yeah.
Nobody in the sledding industry is.
Well, I think why it's never going to be like the dirt bike industry is because it's seasonal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's really the main reason. Otherwise, it would have been.
It hinders it for
probably been brought up to speed because the dollars would have been there. The amount of people that, I mean, you can. There's only X amount of states you can ride sleds in.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You can ride a dirt bike anywhere.
Any state.
Yep. That's just a way bigger industry.
Any month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any month, anywhere.
Mm-hmm. What was, and I'll kick it back to you, Jeff, because you either said it in a group chat or something.
What?
But what was one big takeaway that you got from what Chris said? You texted me about it.
I did? Oh, I need to look.
I'm pretty sure.
Now you're putting me on the spot.
I'm sure you did. It was what Chris had to say about when it comes to spending money in exchange for riding. When Carter asked that question about what mods.
I've been saying that for a long time.
And
I know. I know.
I've been saying that for a long time.
I said that
I
as
know,
soon as
but
we
I want
started
you. I want you to
talking
speak
about
speak to that a little more
Just like
in relation to the episode that we had with Leon and that whole topic of
Oh.
conversation. Literally selling a goat to ride a sled, right?
Yeah.
And what Chris had said was, don't focus on spending money on the mods.
Yeah.
Focus on seat time.
Mhm.
And then you.
Well, a lot of people like to think that they're.
I don't think I
you
said
texted me, not on the call,
There's a lot of
but you said
text
something.
accusations going on. But anyways, a lot, which I don't know, I'm not like a great writer or anything, but a lot of people are so caught up in like, if I get this thing, that's going to bridge the gap of my writing skills. But it's like not. And he made a good point. Instead of spending money on mods, spend more money to go ride.
On seat time.
Like
Increasing
that's,
seat time.
dude, that's, yeah.
Oh,
Which is cool because
when he
Chris
told him to
obviously
come out west.
has a business selling parts, right?
Yeah.
And he still, still shared that.
When it goes to like, I was going to say this too, when you're talking about like, everyone's always like, how do I differentiate myself? Well, I feel like a lot of people just spend a lot of time thinking about how they can differentiate instead of just like going and doing stuff. I don't know. Everyone's thinking about how to do things instead of just like trying.
It's like what Brody
That's
said,
what everyone does that builds something is they just try it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Try.
Literally what this podcast.
Keep trying until you find something that sticks, and then you just keep moving with it and refine and make it better.
It's like what Brody said a couple of weeks ago, like close that gap between like when you thought about the idea and when you did it, right? Just close that gap because all that dead space in between, that's where you lose it.
Taking immediate, imperfect action.
Yeah. Paralysis by analysis.
And then once you
We're all
take
stuck in it.
once you
Yeah,
take
thanks.
that action, and this is relatable to business ideas, to life, to the gym, once you take that imperfect immediate action, stay consistent. Continue. I mean, that's one of the largest contributing factors as to why we're at where we are, is because Jeff had this bright idea, another idea that he had, like, hey, we should do an episode every single week. Yeah, dude, that sounds cool. Let's do it.
Let's
You know
do
what?
it.
Then we start doing it. We're like,
That wasn't a bright idea. That was my worst. That was my worst idea ever.
You know what you need to do, dude? First tattoo, you get a light bulb right in the middle of your forehead. You fucking-
Oh, the
Shock.
joke. Oh man.
That's funny. What about for you guys? Was there something else that stuck out that Chris said last night, where it was
I don't know if it
a
was
light bulb for you?
I don't know if it was like so much something that he said, but just the way, like what he was doing, right? Like I'm typically, you can't get me to shut up. And like that whole call up until Chris got off, I not a single word.
Dude,
right?
you were
Just-
locked in. I saw you.
Yeah.
Everyone was pretty.
Dude, I was locked in
dialed.
too.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that call a lot.
But
Yeah.
what really like stuck out to me was, obviously we've had other guests on the pod or on the calls, and you tell them, I want to respect your time. You gave them an allotted, it's half hour of this, half hour of this. Calls are only an hour long. Yeah, we hit that 7:30 mark, and you were like, Chris, I want to respect. And before you could even like get that out,
Yeah.
he cut you off. He was like, no, dude, there's still hands up. Let's roll. We're good.
Yeah.
Like keep going.
Kept answering questions.
Just kept
until it
answering
was done.
questions, and it's not like he said it on there like he gives long-winded answers. It's not like he shortened his answers up either. Every question that came in, it was just
Yeah,
rolling with it.
flowing.
Well thought out answers, like not just like
Yeah.
random little probably.
Well, I think a cool thing for me too was, we all have this outside, not necessarily assumption, but we all have this outside set of awareness or knowledge around Chris Burandt, right?
Yeah.
Based off the podcast, based off of social media, based off of YouTube videos, etc. Right? And it was really cool to interact with Chris outside of that element. And he was, just, it wasn't like a set scripted content video for YouTube or anything, right? Like he was super personal, and it was just really cool to see that side of him that most of us never get to see because we're only consuming content on social media from them or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So that was really cool. I know it had a huge impact on a ton of the team riders. I mean, I got multiple one-off messages from guys like, oh, man.
I believe it.
You even got one from me.
Yeah.
Surprising.
Yep. And before I go to you, one thing that I will say was pretty
You're not going to leave me anything left.
I'm sorry. Well, go ahead.
No, you're good.
I won't forget this one.
I won't either. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. One thing that I thought that was super funny is, it's no question that Chris Burandt's pretty much at the top of the industry in multiple different lanes or whatever. And when people meet Chris or interact with him, can sometimes fanboy, right? And I'm guilty of this. You remember the first time I ever met him at our first time ever at Heydays in the airport.
Yeah.
I was pretty stoked. And over time I've, come to the conclusion that not to take away from any of his success or any of his accolades, but the reality of it is like, he's just a dude that likes to ride sleds, right? Like, he's different than anybody else with the things that he's achieved or whatever. But the reality of it is he's just another dude that likes to ride sleds. Right. And so thinking of that concept, I was, the latter times that I interacted with him, he became more calm and collected, and so it was really funny. Well, I mean, he's just a really cool dude, and and he's accomplished a lot and had a serious impact on the industry, obviously. But it was really funny last night on the call. Once we opened it up to Q&A and the dudes started reacting for putting their hands up and whatnot, and I would call on somebody and they would unmute and they would start talking, and they were so nervous and excited that they were messing up their words in the question. It was so funny.
Or trying to unmute really fast.
Yeah,
too.
people were just like stumbling over their words, trying to get their thoughts out because they were just excited to talk to Chris. So that was pretty cool. That was funny. But
I think my biggest thing, takeaway from it is, like from our standpoint, like growing up, seeing Chris ride and all the videos, X Games, all of those things, and you kind of just sit there and you think like, man, like that's just perfect. Like, that's the life. Like, I want all of that stuff. And he kind of opened up like, hey, like, while yes, I am successful, there's definitely things that if I could go back and change, I would go back and change them. Right. Mm-hmm. Like, going to your point about he's just another human. Right. Yeah. Crazy good at what he does. But definitely can recognize, that there are sacrifices. And I feel like that's one of the things that people tend to get hung up on is like, oh, well, I'm not going to do this because of XYZ, right? Like, oh, this might happen or that might happen. And then going back to the mentality, like, go do it. Don't do the analysis or paralysis through analysis. Act on it. Mm-hmm. Like, everyone's going to have something that's like, well, I probably could have done this better. Yeah, sure. Yeah. But you're never going to be able to say like that if you don't do it.
Yeah. Well, another way to reframe that as well, and back to like this idea that we have about him on social and all this kind of stuff, having him on that call and through that entire time, there was a lot of scenarios that was extremely relatable to all of us.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right. And sometimes not everybody gets to see that. And, some people choose to put others on a pedestal and all this kind of stuff, whatever, and feel out of reach because they don't feel relatable because they can't ride like that or whatever,
Yeah.
And so it's really cool that Chris shared some stuff where it's like, oh man, like I relate to that. Like I've dealt with something similar, without talking about what he shared about, right?
It's just like us.
To respect. That's what I was going to go to is, that's also a big contributing factor as to why SledSend's where it's at is because, and this isn't me saying it, it's based off of fact of so many messages from other people, is like, what I always say, because we've had dudes fanboy on us at times. What I always say is like, dude, we're just some dipshits from Eastern Oregon that like to ride sleds.
Amen, brother.
Right? Like that's just what we are. And because we hold ourselves to that because we don't know anything different, it allows people to look at us through a relatable lens. And that's why people,
I hope, if you don't, that's how we view it.
They relate to our tism.
Yep. Tisms. There's more than one in this group.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, that was really, really cool to have Chris on, and I called him last week and kind of pitched him a little bit of what this concept was, and he was like, hell yeah, dude, that's super awesome that you're doing something like that. I'm more than down to jump on, send me a calendar invite, and boom, he was there.
Yeah, I like the fact that I can't remember who had kind of somewhat of an idea on something that they thought about doing within the industry. Yeah, and he's like,
it was Eric.
Yeah, and
Eric
he's like,
Hill.
oh yeah, like if you have like, call me, like let's talk.
He said
that was cool.
Let's have a conversation to the side about this.
Yep. I was like,
That was super.
That's sweet.
Super sick.
Yeah.
And I could see it on Eric's face. He was
Oh yeah. He literally-
all right, sweet.
We got the compliment on the Bucks in the background. Got that. Yeah. That was
Yeah,
that was good.
He was stacking.
Yeah,
stacking there.
Stacking wins, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a really good call. So I guess to kind of wrap up the Brotherhood thing, is there anything that you guys could say that would kind of give your conclusion of the pulse of where the Brotherhood's at right now, especially in comparison to like last year? Is there anything that comes to mind?
For me, the biggest thing that comes to mind is just like the evolution from last year, where we're at in general, but just overall the mentality of all of us essentially being there for each other. Might sound kind of weird, but I think that's the biggest thing that I've seen is like the support and everybody that just kind of like surrounds everybody when like, hey, let's go. You got this. Like, get out there, go work, go do this, whatever it is. And then, a couple things behind the scenes, obviously, that are happening. I'd say that's the biggest thing that I've seen.
It's less about sleds, I feel like.
Ultimate support. Yeah.
Dude, this entire Brotherhood, I was on a phone call today with the other Eric Olson. And the reality of this Brotherhood, which might turn people away, but that's completely fine because this is not for everyone.
Yeah.
But the reality of the Brotherhood is probably like 15, maybe 20% snowmobiling.
Yeah.
And 80% everything else that we focus on.
Yep.
Yeah.
And without like naming names or anything, it just, this isn't coming from me. Like we've had posts of dudes that hit their 7-year mark on sobriety. And look at all the posts and the comments and the engagements and reassurance that came from that. We've had dudes that post that they made the decision to go back to the gym 15 years since they were in there and how amazing they're feeling because they're working out and all this kind of stuff. Or dudes that are struggling.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. Dudes that are struggling with certain things that has nothing to do with snowmobiling.
Yep.
And just the overall interaction. And a lot of that comes from honestly how I set the tone on that 1 hour phone call before I bring them in on the deciding factor as to whether or not they're a good fit, right? Like we're over 50 dudes now, and I've had at least a 1 hour conversation with every single one of them to make damn sure that they were within alignment of everything that we're about here.
Yeah. Yeah. It's grown to something pretty amazing. That's for dang sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have any words. I don't have anything else to add. just impact,
I think a lot of it too is like, I don't know. It's more engaging, right? Where everybody's talking with everybody and everybody's more into it, as to where like last year it was just kind of like, oh, we're getting on a call on Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, and part of that,
you really kind of make it sound bad. It's just figuring it out, though. Is part like
that's what I'm saying from last year. I'm just saying from last year where we were with it to this year where we're at.
Well, that was the first year.
The reason
to figure it out is we got to make it better.
The reason that last year was the way that it was because I created this concept. I had this idea. I knew that it had never been done in the industry, and I didn't really have a model to go off of other than my personal experiences with men's coaching programs and stuff. But when I had the concept, I was like, I know this isn't going to be a fit for everyone, but this is something that I really want to do, that I, in my heart, know that it can have an impact. And I literally just threw shit against the wall last year to see what would stick. Right. And there was so much feedback, good and bad, that came from last year that this year it's an entirely different Brotherhood program, all of the above, based off of the good and bad of last year. And that I feel that is required for anything.
Yeah.
When you bring it to market like that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, that's called imperfect action.
Yeah. It's absolutely. And it is kind of like, I see this at work all the time. Something gets rolled out that's new. It's not perfect. Well, guess who figures it out? The people that are going to be using it, and then they give you the feedback, and now you're making this perfect,
making your
right?
adjustments.
Like you're getting it. So you're essentially letting the customer tailor it to exactly what they want. Right? It works out.
Yep. Well, the numbers speak to this too. Like last year, I capped it at 30 people, and almost half the people dipped out.
Mm-hmm.
This year, we're beyond 50, and almost nobody's dipped.
Almost half the people dipped out after the first month.
Yeah.
Let's say first 2 months.
I feel like we've added.
By the end of December.
Keep adding.
Yeah.
By the end of December, it was like just the consistent 12, 15 dudes that were always showing up on the back half.
It's the SledSend army.
It worked. Yeah.
Building an army.
The militia.
Yeah.
That'd be a sick
The
shirt.
militia.
SledSend militia.
Ooh, you know what we could do is rip off an old metal militia design.
That's
bring
what I'm
it
saying.
back.
Yeah, the SledSend skull
With the beard?
with the helmet, and then
Oh, like just the head one
Yeah.
that I have with the sticker, the black sticker?
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
All right, we can't keep talking on that.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Don't want people stealing.
I have more ideas for your reveal video too.
Are we ending now?
Yeah,
'Cause
that's what I wanted to end with,
Because I want
topic-wise.
Oh, dude, why do we do this every episode?
not a this or that, but a question.
Oh,
A question.
okay.
No, you asked a question.
Oh, I thought you were asking me a question.
No, he's waiting for
What
you
would
to
be
ask
the opposite of a
question.
light bulb tattoo?
I don't know, but get it on my forehead, I guess. I don't know. There's a black hole, like just nothing. There's nothing there. It's just nothingness, dude. It's just nothing.
How about a burnout bulb?
Yeah, that too. Maybe crack or something. Broken.
an empty box?
Something. Lights on.
Box with rocks.
Lights on, but nobody's home or something. I don't know.
All right, stop deflecting. Let's hear it.
Yeah. Question. I don't know. Let's hear your ideas on what you think the reveal video could be. Comment what you think where we're going with
This
it.
could get this. This is a slippery slope.
Yeah,
I like
This is a real slippery slope.
I like it. Yeah, comment what you think. What the direction do you think we're gonna head with this?
Yeah, let us know in the comments below. And as always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Do not forget a couple things. Take a chance to get entered into win the Backwoods giveaway retreat ride in McCall. You can spend $5 on SledSend merch. That gets you 2 entries for every $5 you spend. You can go to the Instagram post and find the description and the details on how to get entered for free. So take advantage of that. That was probably the sickest event we did all last year.
Yeah.
It was pretty dope.
It was
Badass.
super fun with Backwoods and Justin Ponzer and Jane Ballard, all the SledSend boys, and six winners. So you might just be one of them. So get entered to win for that.
Don't forget Luke and Chef. Shout out Luke and Chef.
Yep. Luke.
Chef from South Park.
Yeah, last year, Luke, which unfortunately he can't return this year. Bo,
Oh yeah.
unfortunately can't return this year. I don't know about Chase Yock. But yeah, no, it was an incredible event, and Backwoods really enjoyed it and want to do it again this year. So it's going to be a ton of fun,
Run it
and
back.
we're going to level it up even better this year. So
Volume 2.
get entered to win for something like that.
Rumors coming out.
It's pretty cool. It's not too often you see a snowmobile related giveaway where they're picking 6 winners to come kick it. So take advantage of that. And then if at any point in this last topic regarding the Team Rider Brotherhood, if something struck a chord for you of the idea of, maybe you want to be a part of a community, hands down the most badass community in the entire sledding industry, want to be a part of a true brotherhood, if that's something that speaks to you, then go to the description, and I believe it's the second link in there, and fill out the application, take your time with it. And yeah, if you're a good fit, I'll reach out to you and we'll schedule a one-on-one call. So if that's something that speaks to you that you're interested in, fill that out. And yeah, thanks for being here. We'll catch you guys on the next episode.
Appreciate it.
Outro.